Developer productivity is really important to me as CEO because when you look at our company's single biggest investment is in engineering first. Engineers and PMs, designers, the managers, everybody working on product development, their brain power is kind of the fuel that goes into that engine of building great products, right? And so a company that can get twice the miles per gallon of brain power is going to build a lot better products or be a lot more efficient than a company that doesn't. When you think about, well, how do I get twice the productivity? I mean, you first have to start by understanding what productivity is and start by measuring it. It's been a notoriously tricky problem since at least the 60s. Having good measures of productivity have proved elusive because when you start with fairly naive things like, oh, how many lines of code did someone write? And you start by measuring that, and then you immediately get maybe worse problems than the measurement or lack of visibility problem you started with. Just because developer productivity is hard to measure doesn't mean it's not measurable, and a lot of smart people have thought about this problem. What DX does is kind of marry a lot of the state of the art in terms of the research with a tool that you can actually deploy in real life with your company and customize. And so to be able to have kind of a batteries included way of actually measuring a lot of those things directly and connect the dots between what's known on kind of the research frontier to what you can operationally measure is something that's new to a lot of companies. You can actually pair the sentiment-based metrics, which also tell an important part of the story, with kind of the other half of the story, which is what is actually happening inside the black box. So having both sides of the coin gives you a much more cohesive picture of what's happening on your team. I think probably every CEO who has engineers on payroll should really similarly care about that investment.